What's going on, team? I'm Tim Jenkins, and welcome to All Things QB, where I watch every single clip and break down the most important ones. Today, we've got Bo Nix, Week 10, Thursday Night Football, a win over the Raiders. Before we jump into it, do me a quick favor. Please FTA this thing, which means comment for the algorithm, like this video, and then please subscribe to the channel. If you have never watched a video and you're not subscribed, you can always wait to the end, and hopefully I will earn that subscription. But we're jumping into this thing. A little bit ugly. Let's jump into the film. All right, team. We are jumping into this thing, and the first one I've got for you guys, we got a second and medium. We end up taking a sack. And this is one of those that I feel like, man, we've got to just cut this loose, right? We've got XZ read. So you've got these routes that are basically verticals, except if you can't beat your guy, then you sit 12 to 15, just depending on the team. And then you've got these push to flats right here. And basically what you usually do is it's based off of these guys. Whatever side you feel like these defenders, right, whoever ends up having that middle hook, whatever side you think they're leaning more to, you work opposite. So I would argue that he ends up pushing more towards the field so that we should have our eyes here. And I just feel like we've got to cut this thing loose on XZ read. You can see at the top of the drop, it's 5 hitch. I just feel like there's no reason for this ball to not be going to Franklin right now. Okay? It looks almost like he's getting ready to cut it loose, and I'm not sure why he doesn't. Okay? And then if not, right, based on whatever side you work, then your flat's number 2. Okay, Franklin, let's say we go, okay, hey, I don't like it. You know, to me, you see him push this way. Okay, we're working Franklin's side. This is 1. This is 2. Okay, quick reset. Let's get the ball to the flat. Not sure why we don't do that either. Number 3 would be your back over the ball, the HOB route, H over the ball. Instead, we have what I would argue as every single person open on this 3-man progression, and we don't throw to a single one of them, and we end up taking a sack. So to me, it's an egregious decision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hitch ball should be out. Okay, his eyes, I don't know why he decides to work the left side, but he does. Yeah. So, not great to open it. But anybody watching last night realized it wasn't great, so I don't think anyone's surprised. We are going to follow it up with another cut it loose. We got old school dagger. And it is wide open. I'll let it run and then we can talk through it, but dear Lord, man. Okay, so we're going to motion across. We're seeing a lot of NFL teams do this right now. We're going to motion across. He's going to run the vertical. We're going to run the dig route. And we're going to fake it, and then our back is in the flat. You don't really look at this deep one. It's simply 1 to 2. 1 to 2 off of action. Let's see what you guys think. Is the dagger there? Is this dig route open? What footwork does he take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitch. I think we got to get bigger in our drop. To me, this is too short and quick. Bigger in our drop here, but that dagger is as open as we'll ever get a dig. As open as you're going to see a 6 route, which is an in the NFL. That's as open as it'll get. And then even if you say, okay, hey, you get off of that, you get to your back's open, great. We got to give him a better football. We just have to give him a better football too. So we're 0 for 2 on pretty darn open concepts. All right. Clip number 3, we've got a scramble miss. Get out of the pocket. No one's open. Now we got somebody wide open. Miss him. This is a great decision right here to get out of the pocket, right? We're definitely getting flushed. Look, no one's created separation anywhere. Oh, we just have to hit that one. That's one of those where it's like he's athletic. We all know he's athletic and talented enough to hit that. So I have it as a no grade, actually, not a bad like the first two. But I mean, I think everyone kind of expects Bo to, you know, hit this one. No, he's getting chased by two guys. It's the NFL. You're running full speed to your left. It's not an easy throw. But we just got to give Ingram a little bit more of a shot to get that thing. Now we got a good. We got the streakiness of this offense in full effect because we are going to get in a scramble drill, and now we're going to hit it, and it's going to generate a huge play for us. And then I want you guys to tell me if you think defenses are afraid of Bo Nix's ability to run the football, because I want you to watch this guy right here. Watch him. He should be, right, sinking underneath this over route that's running. Instead, his instinct is to fly up there and take away run from Bo. So there's one hand where it's like, man, all these scramble plays, or he sometimes bails on a clean pocket and we've got guys there or whatever. It's a negative, but then we also do have to highlight what it does to defenses. You know, you got a 2nd and 15 that turns into a 40-yard play, right? And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're worried about the quarterback going and getting 30 yards. Now, do I think that's the best way to play quarterback? No, I don't. But do I think it helps us when we have days like this where we're struggling with other and, you know, we're spraying the football and we're not playing efficiently? Yeah, it does, because this then leads to our next play, which is a touchdown, which leads to us winning this game, right? Not right here, but then we kick a field goal and we win the game. So we got Tony Franklin on the TD here. I love that little jump to wide of line. Yeah. Awesome. You can tell what they're trying to do. They're trying to set up like a little bit of a rub route here, where you see Ingram on the wide departure, and then he's going to work up and then in. They're just trying to get a little bit of not really a true rub play, because neither of these guys are really picking for each other, but maybe create some confusion or just create separation via that many guys in the same space. It's exactly what they get. Watching it from the tight, I want you guys to evaluate the pocket navigation, and then I'm going to chime in. Okay, what I'm going to tell you right now is this is still, and I get it, his legs are efficient, but this is still not what I think we want to see. I think you want to see more of a climb, not a climb, go to run, and then throw. Now, who am I to argue with the touchdown in the NFL? I'm nobody to argue with that. What I will say is, I think if we're sitting here and we're grading this and we're talking about ways we can improve and we're being intellectually honest and we're talking through the game that we all love, team that people love, you got to be honest about, hey, it worked out, but is that championship level quarterback play? And I would make the argument that it is not. Okay? Here we've got a concept very similar to the first one, except it's not XZ read, it's marker. Okay? Marker, for all you rocket scientists out there, is get to the marker and sit down. Boom. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to create deep spacing where you got these three guys at the marker, and you're just hoping to create a horizontal stretch further down the field rather than like a vertical stretch. And then Bo does another one of his run climbs. but finds Sutton on the backside of it. This is a really big time throw. This is not an easy throw, cutting this thing across his body. You know, again, kind of taking off, right? And it's one of those things that I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. I truly do not know how to coach or what to articulate there. And I have a lot of empathy for the Broncos quarterback coach and head coach, offensive coordinator, because it's like, you know, you would probably rather see him climbing in the pocket, keeping, a little bit better throwing posture, but simultaneously he rips that thing across his body, converts it, and I think he's thinking, I'm going to go get this thing with my legs, is what he was thinking before Sutton flashed open. But, when you have good plays, it's hard to pass them up, right? It's hard to pass up a good play like that. That's a great football play. How do you critique that, right? So you have those good plays, and then you go, man, dude, those same plays come back to bite us, right? This one is just, listen, we're at the end of half. We're in a 2-minute type situation. It's second and long, right? But it's second and long, not third and long. I don't think we have to completely waste it with that throw. And that's what happens. We just completely waste the drive. Now, if that's third and long, I have no issue with it. Right? But to me, second and long, I feel like, we have one more down to kind of see if we can generate something. We don't need to waste it yet. We don't need to do the throw up punt. Not great. Okay, this one I want you guys to watch, and I want you guys to watch this concept and how it unfolds. Okay, so now what we need to debate is, did both these corners bite because Bo's going to throw? Or were they both planning on trying to jump this, and that corner is going to be open regardless? That's what we got to debate. Right? Because what we've got here is we've got just a clear, we've got a corner, we've got a speed out. You're generally going to read this thing either 1-2 or 1-2, right? Maybe post safety man to man, maybe you peek this. Now, my argument would be, I think if we take a proper drop, we're going to be better either way, because you see how he doesn't really take a 5, like a true 5. He takes this 3 and like kind of some hops. I think if he takes just a true 5 hitch, he's going to allow for this corner to fully commit to his decision. Whatever 26 is going to do, we're going to see it in our drop. Instead, and like, listen, this might be a 3, it might be a 3-plant concept. And he's just trying to buy more time. So be it. Buy time with a true 5. Proper footwork. But my argument is that even if this corner was going to bail out, if we take the correct drop, this is more open and we're going to have a chance to not only complete it, but turn up and get it. Or if this corner was doing what I think he was going to do, which is trying to jump this regardless, this guy now, you're going to recognize it, and he's going to be wide open for 6. It's a complete game-changing play, right? So That's one of those that I do feel like potentially we just decided what we were going to do with the football, and we just did it. Here's the 3rd and 1. Mixed emotions here. We got a 3rd and 1 trick play. Now, if we hit it, if we hit this right here, and let's say we clear this and we're wide open, if we truly hit this, everyone, including myself, is talking about how great Sean Payton is. Now we end up taking a sack, and now we're going to talk about how dumb of a call this is. Sean Payton's, as a play caller, you're thinking, I'm calling this, and I either get a touchdown on 3rd and 1, or it's going to be an incompletion, and I'm going to go for it on 4th and 1. I guarantee that's what he was thinking. Instead, he somehow gets the only receiver on planet Earth who's ever been responsible with the ball on a throwback, on a double pass. And Sutton recognizes Harvey ain't going to be there, and he tries to tuck it, go make a play. Really what you would kind of love to see is Sutton just throw this thing out of bounds towards Harvey, right? But turns into a negative play, which then forces the Broncos into kicking a field goal. And I think this was the one they missed, or he was short. I think he was short with the wind or something, against the wind, whatever it is. Oh, this one hurt me. Okay, we are motioning to screen, right? I have no idea what. Bo, for some reason, is pumping this screen and trying to get back and throw slant. Now, listen, I don't know if this is designed, if this is his only option, if his option is pump the screen, throw the slant. But what I do know is that the second that we pump this screen, we have guys downfield, and we're going to get flagged for it. And we're going to get flagged for not only having guys downfield, but blocking downfield. We're going to get offensive pass interference. So with all of that being said, it makes me believe that we're supposed to be throwing the screen, because I don't think we would have our guys engage. I guess our guys aren't downfield. Those are all eligible receivers. But we wouldn't have our guys engage if we were trying to get something on the backside. So Bo ends up throwing it away, and unfortunately, hey, we have guys blocking. They're going to call offensive pass interference. So it's like we got to have better football IQ on this play in general. And I would love to know what this design was. Was this really, truly designed to fake the screen and throw? Because honestly, we have a decent look at the screen. So this is one of those, man, we just need this. We got like a great play concept here. I'm not sure what takes Bo so long to get to this side, because we've got this. You got this skinny with this right here, this spoke concept. And it's like, look at the spoke in this whole shot right here. Like, this is red zone wide open. It's like he just gets off balance somehow. Our footwork, for how athletic we are and how much arm talent and all this other stuff we have, our footwork is surprisingly just not clean, not comfortable, fast. This is what it looks like rushed, hurried. We want smooth and efficient. Yeah, needed that one. And then this one I've got a no grade, but it's just, it's there. You know, a lot of people on TV are probably like, why are they throwing screen on 3rd and 12? They're not. They're faking the screen. Right? And look, we've got him. Body him up. Okay? You got that guy going outside. We're fake screen. Body that big tight end up. Pump. Climb. Stick your foot in the ground and climb up in the pocket. Your tackle's not doing a bad job. He's running him by. Climb. Climb and stick it on the tight end. Boom. Let him go score. Beat the Raiders decisively and show people who you are. Instead, we throw it there. We kick a field goal. We go up 10-7. The Raiders play awful football, and the Broncos get to 8-2. I have to believe that the building understands, but this is one of those games that I do think Bo Nix has got to get. He's got to get coached hard. This is a coached. We got to coach hard after this game. This is just. The other games were kind of like we're playing, we're giving ourselves chances. This game was just we had chances all over the film and we just did not execute. This one, I don't even think we know what concept we're freaking running because two different guys have a shot at the football. I have no idea who he's actually throwing to. What I'll tell you is that if it hits off somebody's chest and gets picked, it's hard for that to be the quarterback's fault. Even if he wasn't throwing to him. Which is just like that one game winner they had where it was like he definitely wasn't throwing to the dig and it went to the dig, but come on. This is big time. This is a high pressure moment. We're trying to drive down the field to ice it. This is big time. They're going sprint. They're going same side boot. Everybody on planet Earth thinks the ball's going to 27, which it probably should have. That's their first progression. Instead, he's taken away. We get to our rear view. That is big time football. That is a great play. A great play. Franklin should stay in bounds. That would make it an even better play. Okay, I have no idea what the time remaining on the clock is. Unless it was right at the 2-minute warning, which I don't believe it was. Could have been. I don't know. What I will say is we got to stay in bounds. That's a great throw, though. In a high-pressure moment. And then this is the biggest thing I think for Broncos country to remember is this is why you play. You play the game to win the game, and at the end of the day, they are taking a knee. So, all in all, is Bo Nix the problem in Denver? Well, this week he was. There's no doubt in my mind about that. There are plays all over the field to be made. With that being said, am I panicked? I'm not. I'm not because so much of it seems highly coachable to me sitting in this chair. I also haven't been in building working with him. So for all I know, they've been working on a bunch of this stuff and he's not applying it. And so it feels more helpless to them than it does to me as an outsider. What I'll tell you is I think it's all addressable. What I'll also tell you is it needs to get addressed because the way the Broncos are playing and finding ways to win the game, they're going to get a home playoff game. And if they get a home playoff game and they play like this, Broncos country is going to go crazy. All of Denver is going to show up. Everyone around here is going to be excited. And some team's going to come to town and beat the brakes off of them. So, let's avoid that by cleaning this up throughout the rest of the season. You guys comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace.